Hi Gemini, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am coming to you with your weekly reading. I hope everybody is well. I do want to take a quick second just to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every single Gemini. So guys, take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. Remember that the energies may reverse. So if it's resonating, Gemini, you jump in where you fit in, but don't push yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Gemini? Gemini. All right, Gemini, you're starting out with the moon. You have justice and you have the sun. So these are all major arcana, and this tells me that whatever you're going through this week is major. It's a massive thing. I do feel like you're looking for something that's balanced. This could be a legal issue for some of you, and you're not sure how it's going to turn out. This is something that you could be dwelling on, you know, especially if it's legal. This could also be something to do with karmic justice here or balance. But for some of you, it's definitely legal, and you're unsure of how it's going to turn out. It's almost like there's some sort of cloaked energy with this. I do feel like you're unhappy about the situation. So let's see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Gemini's energy. Okay, so we have the Six of Cups in the reverse. Temperance, you might be dealing with a Sagittarius. And the Page of Cups. All right, so there is balance coming in. There is definitely balance coming in. This person's energy tells me that they're releasing something from the past, or something, you know, a past person perhaps, but they're definitely releasing past energy for sure. I'm also seeing with the Page of Cups, this could be a new person for you. This person may have let somebody in their past energy go. They're finding their balance here. This is a very loving energy with the Page of Cups. I do like that. And if so, you may not see this person coming. Yeah, this could be what's being cloaked from you. There could be somebody new coming into your energy, and you have no idea. You have no idea they're coming. Let me see the energy between Gemini and this person. Five of Swords. Yeah, so Five of Swords is an energy of conflict. It's an energy of somebody not fighting fair. Possibly some mind games or some manipulation that's taken place. But you know what I'm getting, Gemini, is that it's not necessarily you. It could be an outside party. And you may be feeling kind of constricted due to this. So there's some sort of conflict that's here. Let me see. Show me what's affecting this connection. Ten of Swords. Three of Cups in the reverse. So you're both unhappy with the situation. I can see that. But you feel betrayed. You want justice for this. You want justice for a betrayal. And this betrayal occurred during some sort of a conflict. And it may have had to do with secrets. I do feel like this person that's in your energy, if this is someone from your past, they may be coming to you with an apology, trying to heal the situation. Yeah, and I also feel like this would be somebody who is not dating. They're not going out. They're kind of isolating a little bit. They are in an unhappy energy. Show me the outcome. Show me the outcome for Gemini. The Hangman. Waiting. Yeah, waiting, not knowing how it's going to turn out. So if you've been waiting to hear from somebody that you've had a really deep conflict with, you were feeling betrayed, there was a painful ending, this person is going to reach out to you, possibly even with an apology. Bottom of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, underlying energy. And this tells me that you feel like you're in this downward cycle. There's this stuck energy, and you're eager for things to just move forward and become more positive again. Let me see. Let's clarify. Spirit, why is the moon here? Why is the moon here? You could be dealing with the Pisces. All right, Ace of Cups reversed and the Three of Wands. Yeah, this is an ending. This is an ending, and you may be waiting for the truth, waiting to find out, you know, if this person is going to reach out to you, going to contact you. You're waiting for your ships to come in. You're waiting for this energy to change, for this to turn into a more positive experience here. But you just don't see it happening. With the moon here, I do feel like this relationship ended because of secrets that were being kept. There's also a need for you to pour love into yourself right now, Gemini. Be very tender with yourself. Let me see justice. Some of you could be waiting for some sort of a legal determination to occur. That's what this conflict could be about. It could be a very difficult legal, like a divorce or some sort of legal issue between you and this person. All right, we have the Page of Cups reversed. And we have the Nine of Swords. Yeah, you've lost sleep thinking about this. I do feel like the pain is getting better. There's healing, but I don't feel like you know, initially I thought maybe this was new energy, but I don't feel like you're open to new energy. I actually don't feel like this person is either. And I feel like you think about this a lot. You want justice because this was painful for you. There's this feeling of betrayal that has taken place here, and it was unexpected. I do feel like you've pulled your feelings and emotions back. You're worried about what's going to happen here. You think about it, especially at night, and you want justice for this. Now, for some of you, this is a legal or a custody battle, and you're waiting for news about this, and it's been a particularly ugly one. Let me see the Sun in reverse. Show me the Sun in reverse. Yeah, I see tears have been shed. There's been a lot of anxiety, a lot of angst. Knight of Cups reversed and the Queen of Swords. Yeah, you'll talk to this person, but I feel like you're not happy with them. You're not really accepting anything from this person that is not, it's like just the facts, please. I want just the facts. I don't want to deal with your emotions. I want just the facts. And that's what you're doing here. You're head over heart. You've been deeply hurt. And I do feel that you feel betrayed. And I feel like you're not dealing with this person on an emotional level at all. You're very unhappy with the way they've behaved, the way things have turned out. And I feel like, you know, you'll talk with them, but God help them if they try to bring emotion to your door, because you're going to lop their little head off. Yeah, you're very guarded here, but it looks like with reason. Let's look at their energy. Show me the Six of Cups in the reverse for the person in Gemini's energy, please. The Empress and the Death card. Okay, so yeah, this person that's in your energy, I'd see an ending here, but revolving around that ending is all this conflict. And I feel like this person could be, their decision or decisions could be affected by either a mother. There's some strong maternal female presence that's here. And that person is affecting this ending. So I do feel like this is somebody who is doing well financially. And this person could be a mother themselves as well. So for some of you, there's something to do with a conflict over a child. Regardless, the energy between the two of you, it's very toxic. It's like mind games, manipulation, fighting dirty. And you're waiting to find out how this is going to, like a decision that's going to be reached. So you could be dealing with a Taurus, a Libra, or a Scorpio. Let me see Temperance. Okay, so we have the Emperor in reverse. We have the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. All right, so the person that's in your energy, they're showing up here feeling a deep sense of loss. They're unhappy. There is this energy of wanting to bring balance to it, but there's also an energy here of control, possible third-party energy that may have been involved. This person can be very generous at times, but if things don't tend to go their way, they do become rather controlling. This person could also be codependent on your energy. So I do feel like the situation between you and this person has definitely spun out of control. This person doesn't feel like it's their responsibility to control the situation. So they're kind of sitting back. They're in a receiving mode versus an action-oriented mode. I do feel like they're feeling a deep sense of loss here, though. So let me see. Show me the Page of Cups. Now, I will say balance is coming into the situation, but I have yet to see how that's going to happen. Show me the Page of Cups. Ah, the Devil. The Two of Cups. And the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. So did this person enter into another connection? Is there someone new in their energy? And this is why you're so guarded? Because what I'm seeing is that there's a toxic energy related to either this custody battle or more likely someone new in their energy. But it's a toxic connection. And this person is believing that it's a soulmate connection. So somebody has reached out to them, somebody new, at a point that they were pretty vulnerable. And I do feel, and it had to do with this ending between the two of you. And I feel like this person is mistaking this person for a soulmate. But in actuality, this new person is rather toxic. Gemini energy, Capricorn energy. Yeah, I feel like this person was rather vulnerable. They were trying to heal. They were trying to get themselves together. They were unhappy. And it doesn't look like they approached this new person. This new person likely approached them. Let me see. Show me the Five of Swords. Show me the Five of Swords. Show me the energy between Gemini and this person. All right, Knight of Pentacles reversed, Page of Pentacles. Yeah, this ending has to do with somebody new coming into this person's energy. So, and this person, quite honestly, Gemini, and I'm not excusing their behavior, but this new person is manipulating the situation. Remember at the very beginning, I was a little confused. I said it looks like there's somebody else that's causing the problems, that's creating the manipulation. And it's whoever this new person is, because there's toxic energy here. It's making you look at this person as if they are a player. I don't know if this was an on and off situation or if you're just not talking to this person, but you're waiting for your ships to come in. You're waiting for a determination to happen here. And you want justice, whether it's through the court systems or whether it's through, you know, like karmic justice. But this connection ended because of this new person who pursued them. Let me see, and is manipulating the situation. Now, it doesn't excuse this person's behavior, so don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, you know, it looks like somebody kind of jumped into the situation that was already difficult, which is why you're feeling betrayed and disrespected. All right, so we have the Four of Cups reversed, the Wheel of Fortune. Now, underlying energy, it's in the reverse. And then the Queen of Wands. I'm not surprised to see that, because for me as a reader, the Queen of Wands can, not always, but can indicate a third party. Yeah, and so I do feel this person was very unhappy, and this new person stepped into the energy. This new person is very controlling as well. And you know, I don't see this person in your energy like going out and partying and whatever. So this person had to have known them and known what they were going through, known that they were feeling a loss, known that they were healing from something. And so I do feel like this person kind of came in. When they came in, it made this person in your energy feel like, oh, well, this was the way it was supposed to be. This is why everything has happened, so that I could meet my soulmate. But they're not recognizing that this third party, and I say third party only because it's a third party in this reading. It does look like there was an ending. It could have been before, it could have been after. I don't know. Take it as it resonates for you. But I will tell you that this person in your energy feels like this was supposed to happen, and this ending was inevitable because they think this person's their soulmate, and they're not recognizing the manipulation that took place here. I mean, down to the point where this person could have even used spell work. So they're not seeing any of that. They're just feeling like, yeah, this is my person here, you know? So in your energy, you feel extremely disrespected and betrayed. Yeah, so you're trying to get on with your life. I don't feel like you're talking to this person. I feel like you try not to even think about them, but at night in particular, it gets very difficult. The entire situation has caused so much despair, anxiety, and tears. And I can see why, because it was a painful ending and it was a betrayal. So I feel like you do want justice, whether it's courts or whether it's, you know, karmic justice. So let's see your outcome. Show me the outcome for Gemini. Okay, we have the Five of Swords reversed. We have the Seven of Wands. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. All right, so I can see the conflict that's here. There's definitely conflict, and I do feel like you're both waiting for it to resolve. You're open to hearing what this person has to say, but you're absolutely unhappy with the way they've behaved, with the entire situation, so you're very guarded. You're looking at all the details, you're standing your ground, and you're just waiting, you know, to work this out in a appeasing manner, in a manner that, you know, brings justice to the situation. So I do feel like you are diligent. I feel like you're doing whatever it is that you need to in order to move on from this. And you're just kind of in this waiting situation where you're standing your ground with this person. So it's not resolved. Now, in this person's energy, I do feel like this person is absolutely not seeing the manipulation from this third party that has taken place. They do want to resolve conflict with you. However, I don't see that it's happening. You're both kind of guarded. You're both kind of standing your ground. And I do feel like this person is really shifting their focus over to this new person in order basically to cope. And to bring balance back into their lives. So I don't feel like they're seeing this situation realistically. However, that being said, at the end of the day, this is going to balance out. I see it in 3 different places. Is it going to balance out by the end of the week? No. There's still going to be conflict. There's still going to be defensiveness. But it is going to reach a point where it's going to balance out. So yeah, this person in your energy tied up with somebody that's manipulated them and manipulated the situation. Bottom of the deck is the Moon. That was your first card out. So it's a sense of not knowing what's going to happen, feeling stuck in the energy, waiting for things to turn in a more positive direction. It's also a little bit of, you know, feeling down, feeling depressed, and just, you know, the anxiety of not knowing what's going to happen here. So I'm going to pull an oracle card, Gemini, pulling for the sign of Gemini. All right, yeah, number 21, and your card is healing. So let's read that. And 21 condenses down to a 3. So again, that's verifying for some of you that there's third-party energy here. Illness and pain in your body is a message for you to slow down, look within, and make important changes. If you're experiencing stress, feeling overwhelmed, or suffering ailments in your body, or feeling exhausted and depressed, it means that your body is trying to communicate with you. Your body wants you to start treating it in a more loving manner and listening to the messages it is sending you. You need to become conscious of the areas in your life that you're avoiding or suppressing. Healing takes time. It's a process. Your first step towards healing is to create a safe, loving, supportive environment where you can listen to your inner wisdom. Yeah, so you guys are healing from this, you know, and this is an indication that you need to make sure that you have a good support system in order to move through that healing journey. All right, I hope this has been helpful for you, Gemini. This is a tough situation. If you have resonated with this, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hype the video if you get the opportunity. Until I see you in your next reading, Gemini, know that you are loved, and namaste.